Shabam! What the hell? Oh, there we go. Everything wasn't there all of a sudden. I switched the goddamn thingy, Mabob. I switched to the other scene and there was like nothing there. What is this bullshit? Hi, Gemini. So I have class today at fucking 9 a.m. So I wanted to do a birthday stream, and because no one is going to be awake after like 12 o'clock, I have to do this now.
Joke's on you. I'll be awake for you as long as you fucking want.
Also, probably going to binge watch some Harry Potter before class.
Hell yeah.
That's not the slot!
What?
It's this one.
No, we're not gonna watch it together?
We're not gonna what?
There's gonna be two Harry Potter nerds rewatching the entirety of the Harry Potter series.
Bo, fuck, pull out the article, by the way. Pull out that fucking piece of shit article.
Article?
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of researching because I was in the mood for more Harry Porper, and oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. I was doing some research on characters because that's just something that I like to do. I like to just look up the Wikipedia pages of random characters, especially for horror films, because I'm never gonna fucking watch them. But I need to turn that down a little bit. I found an article and I thought it was really funny, so I sent it to Susie. Because I thought she'd get a kick out of it.
Yeah, so do I just start reading it out loud for everyone?
Hold on a second.
Boy.
I need to fix my thing. I need to fix this. Where is the... Look at all this shit that goes on behind the scenes of VTubing. It is such a pain in the ass.
But yeah, tomorrow, 3 streams.
Oh, that's right! It's
Eh?
because of the announcements, right?
Yeah, it's because of E12.
I should
wait,
hopefully
you
be
tomorrow?
there.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I should be there.
At the moment, I've got like 10 people in my chat right now, so we'll see. I also need to remember to invite TP, because TP said he wanted in.
Alright.
I didn't send him the invite like a fucking idiot.
Susie, read the article of bullshittery. What is the name of the article that I sent you again? What was the name of it?
20 things everyone ignores about the Potter family.
Ah, that's right. And then I think I texted you, nothing on this list because everybody recognizes the things on this list because it's part of the fucking story.
Yep. Anyway. I'll wait for you to get into the actual, like, gameplay.
I mean, it's not like they have dialogue.
No, but 20 things everyone ignores about the Potter family. It seems hard to believe that the Potters remain such a mystery considering Harry Potter is a household name across the world. Published by Steve D. on September 4th, 2019. While Harry Potter is unquestionably the star of J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World franchise, fans sadly don't know much about the Potter family. The boy
Which
who
is a
lived lost
lie.
his loving parents when he was only a baby and was raised without the knowledge of his family history. We got glimpses of Harry and Ginny's future children in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows epilogue and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which isn't canon. But many Oh no, actually it follows that up by going, but many fans debate whether or not those additional materials should even be considered canon.
Because
And
it's
often
not!
simply pretend they didn't exist.
Because it's just a fucking AO3 fanfiction put into a play! God fucking... Oh, you murdered me!
That's probably an insult to
And then the
fanfic.
article clarified.
Even then, that's probably an insult to fanfiction, given fanfics like Like, did
God.
Mario Bros. The English Tale exist?
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I've read good fan fiction.
Well, I mean, just abundantly. Even if we were to say that the cursed child isn't just the first part of canon, it still wouldn't be canon. It just objectively is not canon. It takes place in an alternate universe, an alternate timeline. It objectively is just not canon.
Alright, what are these, oh my god. What are the things on the list? Also, yes, you don't have to ask me permission to DM me, Big Mac.
Actually, we're not done with the intro. It's like, it seems hard to believe that the Potters remain such a mystery considering Harry Potter is a household name across the world, but Rowling's novels and films gave us more insight to the Weasleys, Black, and Malfoy family trees than Harry's, which also is just objectively not true.
Like, no, they barely went into fucking Regulus's family. Or Sirius's, well, Sirius and Regulus's family, technically speaking.
Yeah. There definitely is more to the Potters, and some people realize that even the biggest Potterhead gets some major details about them wrong and ignore some startling truths about Harry and his family. We're about to argue that. Number 20. The Potters were historically a pureblood family. Before James conceived Harry with a Muggle-born Lily Evans, the Potters were a historically pureblood family. The Potter surname would have been included in the sacred 28 list of pureblood wizarding families, but since Potter is a relatively common Muggle surname, they were excluded out of which they had sprung from tainted blood. Unlike many pureblood families, the Potters didn't actually dislike Muggles. When militant members of the Wizengamot expressed a desire to declare war on Muggles in the early 1600s, Ralston Potter instead supported the international statute of wizarding secrecy to keep the two worlds separate.
So, we already know he's a pure-blooded family. That was literally the whole point of the Deathly Hallows, where he found out he was related, or Harry found out that he was related to one of the three brothers, which is specifically the one who had the invisibility cloak.
They actually bring, they bring that one up later, a little bit later down the road. So that's fun.
I mean, at least you could say that this is maybe the closest one on the list to being, like a fact that someone may not have known about, as in the fact that they're not on the list because of the fact that Potter is a common Muggle name. You could make that argument. Oh, where do I put you, you little fucking gremlin?
Anyway, number 19.
God!
Lily and James were barely adults when Voldemort ended their lives.
Not a shock.
Nah.
They literally say that they graduated high school. Sorry, go ahead.
In the Harry Potter films, the actors who portrayed James and Lily Potter for most of the series appeared to be in their mid to late 30s. That's drastically different from Rowling's novels, where they perished when they were only 21 years old. The couple married and had Harry mere a year after graduating from Hogwarts, which makes their untimely demise at Voldemort's hands all the more tragic.
Ah! So that one was known. It's like no shit that they fucking died like right out of high school after having Harry. I mean, there's not. I think they even explain the timeline somewhat. That like they weren't alive for very long. In fact, Hagrid laments it. The fact that they were so young.
Yep. I think that was in. I want to say that was in Half-Blood, right?
Yeah. That's the one where you get, like, the clearest timeline of events because of Snape's flashbacks due to do the No, Order of the Phoenix was where they had the training. That's where you get the flashbacks from Snape. And that's, like, somewhat the clearest timeline, and then it gets explained further in Half-Blood Prince.
I thought it was Half-Blood when they, cause that was, cause, like, Snape's memory, like...
No. They have they have the training thing. They have the training thing in Order of the Phoenix because Voldemort's, like, infiltrating Harry's head. In that one.
Huh.
That's
Yeah,
literally...
I was just trying to remember that.
Yeah.
I was like... Okay. Well, in any case, this is it is now. Number 18. Albus Severus brought Voldemort back to life.
No, he fucking
We'll
didn't.
get to that one. Everyone in the wizarding world knows Harry Potter's name because he defeated the Dark Lord twice. He nearly sacrificed his own life to vanquish Voldemort in the Battle of Hogwarts, so it's pretty shocking that Albus Severus Potter is successfully close to undoing his father's legacy in Harry Potter, the Cursed Child.
Which is not.
Albus Severus played with time travel a few many times, and in one of those alternate realities he accidentally created, Harry was unable to take down he who must not be named, so Voldemort went on the world.
See,
I want to stress that the article even says that it is an alternate universe.
The thing that fucking pisses me off is the fact that... it's the fact that that's not fucking possible! Is because the time turner can only go so far back. Also, how the hell would he have gotten anywhere without people noticing him? Because he's supposed to look almost exactly like Harry. What the hell is this goddamn thorn? Where is it? Where are you? Can you do this? I don't remember if you can... Can you do this?
Yeah.
You can't do that. No. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do.
By the way, long pauses in me reading is me eating cereal. I just have like a bag of dry Reese's Puffs.
The healthiest of cereals.
I never said it was healthy. I just said I'm eating cereal.
Here you are.
Anyway, number 17. Lily was more like Hermione than Harry. Harry was told several times throughout Rowling's series that he had his mother's life like his father. When it came to the boy who lived in reality, he wasn't actually all that similar to his parents. In fact, actually, hold on. He wasn't actually all that similar to his parents. I want you guys to keep that one in mind. In fact, Hermione was far more like Lily Potter, as they were both full-born young women who took their studies very seriously, refused to tolerate the mistreatment of others, and didn't initially appreciate the childish sense of humor of their future partners.
So, no. Like, obviously, there were supposed to be parallels between these characters by the fact that you have primarily Ron to be serious and then, Hermione to be Lily. But the problem is the fact that the first sentence is a flat-out lie. Harry is told throughout the series how he acts exactly like his parents.
I wanna, as I said, keep that one in mind because, the article gets really funny.
Also, I love the fact that that is supposed to be, like, a revelation. It's like, you know, that Hermione acts a lot more like Lily. It's like, yes, no one fucking noticed. No one noticed. It's totally not the reason why everyone thought Harry was gonna end up with Hermione for the entirety of the series. Oh, I gotta run. I gotta be quick. I gotta be quick. I gotta
Yeah.
Ah! Okay.
Alright, number 16. Harry named all of his children after friends and family. I don't know how this one could not be known if you know the cursed child. You know
You didn't even
that
have to
has,
read The
but...
Cursed Child.
Well,
You just
I'll
had to
off.
read the end of Deathly Hallows.
I know... I think they say only one of them, don't they? Or do they say all of them?
They say all of them. The oldest one is James Sirius Potter after his father and after Sirius, and then you have Albus Severus, which he literally says, which led to a huge meme, "You're named after the two greatest men I've ever known." And then Lily Luna, who is supposed to be named after Lily and obviously Luna. Like Luna Lovegood from book 3? Is she from book 3?
Also, want to point out, no love for Hagrid. None of his children are have Rubius as a name.
I think that might partially be because of
Want
the
to point
fact.
it out?
I mean, I know why. I think I know why. I think it's because of the fact that all of the kids that he all of the people that he named the kids aren't attending the school. So he probably didn't want them to get confused. Also, they're named after, all of the kids are named after people that died during the war. Well, except for Luna.
Still.
Except for Lily
Just saying.
Luna.
Just saying. He constantly parades around the idea. It's like, oh, you're named after the greatest people that I know, and it's like, no love for Rubius. Just saying.
You could have had a Rubius Sirius.
I'm just saying.
Sirius Rubius.
Hagrid was there for a lot of Harry's life.
I mean, Hagrid was basically his
Just saying,
his dad.
no fucking love for my boy.
He was basically his dad. Let's
No
be
love
honest.
for my dude. No love for my homie Hagrid. That's all I'm saying.
Todd. Tom. Tom! Tom! Oh my god. I have to do everything myself. God damn it, Tom.
So to actually read the article for the he named all of his children after friends and family, but you could not know. Twilight fans love to criticize Bella and Edward for naming their child Renesmee Charlie after their mothers Renee and Esme, and fathers Charlie and Carlisle.
Yeah.
For some reason, Harry Potter fans didn't give Harry and Ginny the same grief for basically doing the same thing with their offspring.
No, they
All of the couple's kids are named after close friends or fallen family members. There's Albus Severus, honoring Harry's former headmaster and potions professor, Lily Luna, named after his mother and Hogwarts class, and James Sirius, honoring Harry's father and godfather.
No, they got tons of shit for that. It's literally a fucking meme. But second of all, the reason why Twilight got more shit is because she literally combined her parents' fucking names. They combined it. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna name you after my, I'm gonna name you after my, I'm gonna name you after like my friends and my family. And, you know, and they're like completely average names and it's more for like the memory of them. And then you've got, I'm gonna fucking pull a Sonichu and just combine this shit. Give it.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, just making sure that I heard a lost silence.
Fair enough.
it's mainly because, like, are you done with the article, by the way, or no?
Oh, not even close. As I said, large gap in me reading is just me eating cereal.
Yeah.
Like naming like someone after like a stupid honest like what like they like apologies to anyone who somehow has Renesmee as a name. Friggin', but like
I mean,
way
Renesmee
that
is
name
a
came
real
to be-
name. It's just the fact that she
I
got to
know.
that conclusion by fucking combining them.
I know it's not a real name. It's not a real name.
Also, Twilight was just bad. Of course
Yeah,
people made fun
It's
of
true.
it. Of course
It's
people
true.
made fun
It's
of
true.
it. Also, like, what kind of fucking Harry Potter fan are you if you didn't know that the entirety of the fandom makes fun of Albus Severus?
Albus Severus.
I'm not. It became a fucking meme. It was all. It's partially because of Pro ZD, where it's like, you're named after the two strongest men I've ever known, Naruto, Goku. So many spoders.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
So many spoders.
Anyway. Number 15. James Potter was a total bully.
What?
Whenever Harry saw his James Potter was a total bully.
Oh yeah, that's
Whenever Harry saw his parents in old pictures or the Mirror of Erised, they seemed like very happy, sweet people. Everyone else's stories about Lily and James similarly depicted them as wonderful individuals. That's why it was such a shock when Severus Snape revealed that James was actually a huge bully. James used to constantly taunt Severus when they were both students at Hogwarts, and used to magic to torment him. He eventually stopped for Lily's sake, but had James not met and matured for a soulmate, he may have gone through life a total jerk.
See, this is the thing that pisses me off, and this is where the article's from, by the way. It's from The Things, which is a fucking YouTube channel known for just pointing out the obvious. Like, they have this whole thing, it's like, what was it, top 10 things that, it was like top 10 things that Good Luck Charlie didn't want you to know about, and one of them was like, did you know, in one of the episodes, they had a lesbian couple, and it's like, no shit, it was in one of the fucking episodes. It's almost like James being a bully was a major plot point for the Half-Blood Prince. It's almost like that was the point. And also, again, it was almost like it's supposed to be a parallel for Draco and Harry, except in reverse. That specific one on the list is when I knew that I had to send it to you. So many Spoder. Oh, fuck, the wasps are back. I hate the fucking wasps. Go away. Go away.
It's like top 10 things that are unknown about Harry Potter. Did you know that Harry and Ron constantly break the rules of Hogwarts?
Great new number one. Did you know that Harry Potter's name is Harry Potter? This just
Did you
in.
know that Harry Potter? Did you know that Voldemort's name should not be
That's like
Did
saying,
you
did
know
that the water is wet?
It's just like, did you know that Voldemort's name isn't really Voldemort? It's actually Tom Riddle. Oh, really? How did you know? As explained in book 2. Well, fucking no shit. It's literally the fucking Matt Pat video where it's like, did you know that Neville was actually considered the chosen one? It's like, yeah, it's almost like that's the entirety of the plot of Order of the Phoenix. Proceeds to pull out the Order of the Phoenix in the video. Well, fucking no shit!
Did you know the floor is actually made of floor?
Did you know that Dumbledore was the headmaster? Did you know that Snape was a fucking asshole to Harry? I don't know if you noticed it when he smacked Ron in the back of the head, but he's actually quite a prick. Did you know that Draco is racist?
Did you know that Draco Malfoy was once a ferret?
Did you know that Draco Malfoy is a fucking racist?
Did you know that...
Did you know that blah 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 blah? Did you know that Ron Weasley had a rat? Did you notice this in the background? Proceeds to show like fucking Ron drinking his goblet. Did you know that this was unscripted? And that actually the actor for Ron Weasley was just really fucking thirsty. Did you know that Remus Lupin was a werewolf and he could turn into a furry? There's so many of these damn lists. It is actually annoying. Number 1, did you know that Hagrid always wanted a dragon? As stated in chapter 25 or whatever.
Did you know that Mega Man was blue? I know after watching Captain and the Game Master you might not have known.
Someday I'm gonna make my own list. I'm just gonna end it with like, number 1, did you know that you're a bitch? Why is my 1 not coming out? There we go.
That was a silly bit. I'm here for it though. It was very funny.
That's the entirety of the fucking list!
Anyway, speaking of the list, so number 14, James Sirius Potter was just like his namesakes. Harry and Ginny named their firstborn son James Sirius Potter after Harry's father and his godfather and mentor Sirius Black. Harry never quite inherited his father's sense of humor or picked up Sirius's charm and charisma. James Sirius grew up to be just like both his namesakes. Potter and the Cursed Child depicts James Sirius popular and witty, and Harry stated that life seemed to be effortless for him.
Okay, first off, you don't inherit a personality trait. You don't inherit that. That's something that you actively learn. Like, you don't inherit a sense of humor, I guess. You learn that sense of humor by being around it. And also, that's a goddamn lie. Second, what do you mean inherit his charm from Sirius? They're not related! He's his godfather. They're not related. And even then, even if Harry didn't act like them, which he does in the movies and in the books in some shape or form, again, all the teachers fucking comment on how he acts like either Lily or James. Well, no shit if he didn't, because he wasn't raised by either of them?
Man, I can't believe Luke Skywalker never learned Mace Windu's stoicism. Never inherited.
That sounds so dumb.
Also, I find it funny that they say like, oh, James inherited his behavior from Sirius. Oh, you mean the man that he never met and is not related to? Just a thought. See, that's the thing. The whole inheriting personality traits isn't what people think it is. It's not... I mean, I guess you could make an argument if it was genetic. There is an argument that can be made for the fact that you both... Well, you literally inherited your parents'... Like, at least a part of your parents' fucking brain, because that's just how genetics works. But also, the fact that the reason why you act like your parents is because you were around your parents. And also because people like making patterns in things so that things make sense to them. Because we have this weird ideology that we need to have everything have a meaning. Which is just wrong. It's just inherently bullshit, but we keep doing it. It's not necessarily wrong that we do it, it's kind of just on reflex. I mean, if any of you met my dad and you talked to my dad, you could very clearly see how I talk very similarly to him. Doesn't inheritance happen when the parents die, though? We're not talking about inheritance as in money. We're talking as in genetics.
It's genetic inheritance, yeah.
Yeah, like
Which he did inherit a fuck ton of money, but that's not what we're talking about. I hate this fucking boss fight.
Anyway, number 13. It wasn't love at first sight for Harry's parents.
No shit!
It seemed hard to believe since James... It seemed hard to believe since James and Lily were always smiling, holding each other and dancing together with both pictures and memories, but the couple didn't actually get along when they first met. Lily disliked how immature James could be and resented him for constantly picking on her friend Severus Snape. It wasn't until James promised to stop bullying people and act more mature and important that she finally gave him a chance.
Did you notice? Did you notice the story? Did you notice? Did you know that this was in the story? Did you notice that this was in the story? Did you know that Lily was Lily and that her sister was Petunia? And that's how Harry is related to the Dursleys. Did you know that because of this connection, Dudley is supposed to be Harry's cousin? Oh my god, did you know that? Fucking, it
Speaking
wasn't
of the
love at
Dursleys.
first sight. Fucking, it wasn't
It's
love
probably
at
a
first
Star
sight for
Wars
James
equivalent.
and Lily. The thing that also doesn't make any sense is the fact that they mentioned this earlier in the list. This was already mentioned.
Yep. Anyway, speaking of the Dursleys, James is arrogant, and he did role in the Dursleys' mistreatment of his son.
What?
The Dursleys were exceptionally cruel to Harry Potter for most of his childhood. They forced him to live in a cupboard and treated him more like a servant than a member of their family. Believe it or not, their mistreatment of the boy who lived might have actually been James's Potter's fault. James instantly made an enemy of Vernon Dursley when they first met for bragging about his fortune in solid gold and failing to be impressed by Vernon's expensive new car. After that encounter, Vernon refused to help his brother-in-law and resented all wizards.
Wait. No? Wait, when did it ever say that he made fun of his car? Like, ever? Also, no? It was literally said multiple times that the reason why the Dursleys hate Harry and James and Lily is because they're magic. They literally called them freaks. Multiple times. In fact, it's explained why Petunia hates Lily so much is because she was actually kind of jealous. This just sounds like a bunch of, like, random fan theory because I've read the series. I don't remember any fucking point in time in which James and Dursley even met. Or not James and Dursley. That sounds just like bullshit speculation that makes no damn sense. Which
It legit makes no sense.
it's even stupider because of the fact that it's just flat out wrong. Like I said, they literally explain on multiple occasions why both Vernon and Petunia don't like his parents. And the reason why they abused Harry is because they thought, and I quote, that they could beat the magic out of him. To the point where Vernon literally threatens to beat Harry with a cane. Or Dudley's schmelting stick. I have a fucking spider on my face.
This might. Okay, I actually found a story about Vernon and Petunia Dursley that J.K. wrote.
When and where?
I don't. It's on the Wizarding World site. It was originally published on Pottermore, August 10th, 2015. I don't know if this has anything to do with what's going on. I haven't actually read it. I just found it. It does seem like Petunia had become, if anything, more determined of the Dursleys in suppressing all talk about her sister. Petunia had some latent feelings of guilt about the way that she had cut Lily, who knew in her heart had always loved her, out of her life, but these were buried under considerable jealousy and bitterness.
What the heck? My phone rang.
Don't
Sorry.
see anything about. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like such a random story because I don't even think Vernon and James ever met.
Actually, no, they have.
Oh, okay.
They have. So, okay. When due in course, Vernon Dursley proposed marriage very correctly on one knee on his mother's sitting room. Petunia had accepted at once, and the one fly in her religious ointment was the fear that of what she knew, what her new fiancé would make of her sister, who was now her final year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Vernon was apt to despise even people who wore brown shoes and black suits. What would he make of a young woman who spent most in long robes and casting spells? Petunia could hardly bear to think. That's the truth during a tear-stained date in Vernon's black car, and they sat overlooking the chip shop where Vernon had just bought them a post-cinema snack. Vernon, as Petunia had expected, was deeply shocked. However, he told Petunia solemnly that he would never hold it against her, that she had a freak for a sister, and Petunia threw herself upon him in such a violent gratitude that he dropped his battered sausage. The first meeting between Lily, boyfriend James Potter, and the engaged couple went badly, and the relationship nosedived from there. James was amused by Vernon and made the mistake of showing it, and tried to patronize James, asking what car he drove. James described his racing broom, and supposed out loud that Wizard had to live on an unemployment benefit. James explained about Gringotts and the fortune his parents had saved there in solid gold. Vernon could not tell whether he was being made fun of or not, and grew angry. The evening ended with Vernon and Petunia storming the restaurant, while Lily burst into tears, and James, a little ashamed of it, promised to make things up with Vernon at the earliest opportunity. This never happened. Petunia did not want Lily as a bridesmaid because she was tired of being overshadowed. It was her. Vernon refused to speak to James at the reception, but described him within James's earshot as some kind of amateur. Once married, Petunia grew ever more like Vernon. She loved their neat square house at number 4 Privet Drive. She was secure. But from objects that behaved strangely, from teapots that suddenly piped tunes as she passed, or long conversations about things she did not understand, with names like Quidditch and Transfiguration. She and Vernon chose not to attend Lily and James's wedding. The very last piece of correspondence she received from Lily and James was the announcement of Harry's birth, and after one contemptuous look, Petunia threw it in the bin.
So I guess you could give that
apparently
number.
This is
This is the
so
closest
this is actually
thing.
one that we didn't know.
This is the closest thing you can get to like a decent fun fact that you may not have known about the Potters. because it came from a different site.
There's actually, yeah, there's actually more to this story. It goes on for a while, but it's a dark mode website, which means killing my eyes. So I'm gonna stop reading it. I might send it to you though if you want to read it later.
Okey smokes. Oh my god, Myrtle, get out of the fucking way. Get out of the way. Myrtle! Oh my god.
But yeah, you get one the things. Get one.
You get one. And just a little bit of two. Because of an earlier one. Oh my god, Myrtle, go the fuck away. Get away from me.
Alright, number 11. The Potters weren't exactly hard workers after graduating Hogwarts. Most of the adults in Wizarding will take on difficult jobs to make ends meet. Lily and James Potter never had to really worry about finding work after graduating, however, because they were able to live simply off of James's family fortune. While the couple both took their studies at Hogwarts seriously enough to be named Gryffindor Gryffindor House's head boy and girl, didn't use their good grades or education to do anything other than be very brief parents to their baby, Harry.
I mean, they literally explained earlier that they pretty much died right out of high school. So, they didn't even get the chance to get jobs. And before anybody says, oh, you could have gotten like a job out of high school or whatever, or during high school, well, that's not how the wizarding world works. You literally cannot do magic outside of school, so I don't really know what you could do in the wizarding world to get a job, because Potter doesn't fucking know about jack shit about the muggle world. Lily does. I don't know if she might have had a summer job, but that money is pretty much useless unless you transfer it at Gringotts. Fuck. Did you know that they died right out of high school? Did you know that they also didn't have jobs? Probably because they died right out of high school. Go away.
Myrtle! Word it like that, it's almost ridiculous.
It almost seems like this list is pointless, but I'm still gonna keep writing it. God, never forget that they made a polyjuice potion inside of a toilet.
Yep.
And they drank it.
Yeah. Number 10. James tried training Harry to play Quidditch when he was just a baby. When Harry joined Gryffindor Quidditch team in his first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, he became the entry. It shouldn't have been any big surprise that he was destined to set this record, however, because James Potter started training his son to fly on a broom when Harry was just a baby. Sirius Black gifted his godson with a toy broom, and James had Harry zooming around the house on it before he...
Also, Doodle, you keep cutting out.
I would have no idea as to the reason as why.
I'm trying to remember what that...
But that is a little bit...
I'm trying to remember the article that I sent you forever ago. Because I remember this was happening before, and I sent you the list, and then you disabled, like, one thing, and then it was fine.
It was the... That's already disabled.
But... I'm so annoyed by this list. Everything that's stated is in the books, except for, like, that one thing. Which even then, isn't the entire reason. What? Oh wow, it's getting worse. What the fuck me.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Ayo.
Yeah. Ah. The Kraken has
That
been killed.
also, by the
Right.
way, is it just me or like the octopus didn't look like an octopus, but instead it looked like a arm, a hand, a robot hand.
Well, first off, it wasn't an octopus, it was a squid.
A squid. My my god.
So you are right in one way. Oh god, I
Just
hate
not in
those
the-
fucking things. They will not go away.
Oh.
I can kind of hear you?
Hmm.
Oh.
No. How about that? How about now?
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
no.
I I am being picked up regardless. That's a bit annoying.
There you go. Now I can understand you clearly.
Literally always.
Is that Tippy talking?
No,
What is that sound coming from?
it's not me.
What sound?
I can hear someone trying to talk, and it sounded like Tippy.
I've been
No.
silent.
Well, you don't
It's
sound
not-
like Tippy. I don't know if you know this, Bulb, but I think it's something that you should, in fact, be made aware of.
I barely even know what my own voice sounds like.
Hear harder.
What?
Hear harder!
Ah. Sorry.
I'm messing with you. Alright, what is next on this egregious list? Whoa, you are breaking up bad.
Yep.
I hate these bridges
Why do you hate these bridges?
because they suck.
I'm almost about ready to say fuck it
Alright, there you go.
and just. I literally have reset everything back to my
Huh?
I've completely reset my. If it's cutting me out after that, I'm done.
Okay, you're coming in clearer now. What is next on the list?
Okay. I've already done the maybe right.
The which one?
The one where James tried training Harry to play Quidditch when he was just a baby.
Oh,
Or did I cut
yeah.
out like crazy during that?
The thing that was literally in the book. Yes.
So here's another one that's here's another one that's gonna be really funny. Number 9. Lillian James foolishly trusted the wrong marauder.
That's in the book too, isn't it?
It's literally a part of the
There's
fucking
not-
plot line.
There's no denying that after Voldemort himself, Peter Pettigrew was the individual most responsible for Lillian James's Potter's tragic and early demise. He was one of James's closest friends at Hogwarts, so James made him the secret keeper entrusted with the couple's secret location when they went into hiding to avoid the Dark Lord. It really didn't make any sense that the Potters just put their lives into Wormtail's hands. He was clearly very weak-minded and easily corrupted by Voldemort. They'd have been better off trusting the other Marauders.
No shit. Also, that's not what happened. In the book, in fucking Prisoner of Azkaban, Sirius explains why Peter Pettigrew was the one that became the secret keeper. And the reason why is literally because Peter Pettigrew was so weak. The ideology behind Sirius's decision to convince Lillian James to making Peter Pettigrew the secret keeper was because he didn't think that Peter would be a big target. He was like the least suspecting of all of the Marauders in his eyes because he was the most obvious. His logic was that, well, Voldemort knows that I'm best friends with these two, so obviously he's gonna try to track me down for the password, so don't trust me with the password. So that's why he told them to go with Peter Pettigrew, and not to mention the fact that Peter Pettigrew was already a part of the dark side by the time they did that.
There's a Star Wars equivalent of this list out there, and it scares me that.
Did you know that Anakin and Darth Vader are the same person?
Did you know that Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader's son? And this can be proven by the fact that he says, "No, Luke, I am your father."
And the Empire Strikes Back.
Did you know that Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker are siblings? And when they kissed, it was gross.
Did you know that Luke Skywalker had a grandson or grandnephew?
Did you know that General Grievous collects the lightsabers of those he has defeated? Hence the line, "This will be a fine addition to my collection."
Did you know that Han Solo?
Ah, fuck you! I don't know. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. I don't remember where to go. He's in my fucking way. Come here. Come here, baby. Attack. Attack. Attack this bitch. Attack this hoe. Attack this hoe.
That's the hole.
Get this fucking hoe. Right here. Right here. Come. Come here. Come on. Help me. How do I can never remember how the hell to get you away from there. No! Ah, shit.
Is there something on the other side of the room?
Ah! 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 Is there something over here? Is there something over here? Is there something over here? Something over here? No?
I guess not.
I know that there's... I can never fucking remember. Maybe he won't notice me. Hey. Hey, man. Hey. Nothing to see here. I don't even think I can get up here with this barrel. No, I can. Hey. Nothing, Fuck! You piece of shit. Ginny. 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 Go. Fuck. Wait, can I... Haha.
If you hear any vacuuming sound, that someone's apparently vacuuming near me.
No! Fucking... I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. He's in my goddamn way. Bitch, get out the way. Get out the way. Go. Go. Come here. Come here, baby. Am I supposed to... Ah, Ginny! I'm sorry, Ginny. Ah, here we go. There we go. I got it. I got it. I'm smart. Alright, what's next on this fucking list?
Alright, number 8. Petunia Dursley actually arranged Lily and James's funeral.
I mean, who else could have?
Petunia Dursley is often made out to be a very heartless, jealous woman. She resented Lily for having magical powers, and when Dumbledore denied her plea to attend Hogwarts alongside her sister, Petunia grew incredibly cold towards her. She then treated Lily's son cruelly for years, even though he did nothing wrong. She did do one nice thing for the Potters, though, besides taking in Harry. James didn't have any living relatives. He arranged his and Lily's funeral. So yeah, basically, who else would have?
I mean, I'll give it to them. I'll give that one. I'll give it half point. I'll give 5 points to Fuckface. So that's 2 whole points. Math. That's 2 points, because we gave him a half point on one of them, we gave him 1 whole point on another, and now we gave him another half point. God! Fuck!
That's 2 points.
God, bitch. Oh, your breath fucking smells horrible. Let me up on the thing, you whore. Yeah, baby. Gotta get that sword of Godric Gryffindor. Stab. Stab him. Well, that's definitely graphic.
I just looked at what the next one is.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey chat, you guys want to hear Nezzy scream?
What do you think?
Number 7. Harry is supposed to share his mother's eyes.
Ah! God!
Oh.
Fuck! Of course they did! Of course! I didn't fucking notice after, you know, the 500 lines dedicated to it! Ah! Hey, motherfucker! Did you know that the sky gets dark at night? Yo, fuckface! Did you know the ceiling is made out of ceiling?
Yo! I don't think any of you knew this, but did you know that Zero from Mega Man X is red?
Did you know? Did you know that when you push something, it gets pushed?
Did you know that Sora? Okay, Actually, no, I think that how many of you care about Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance / Burst by Sleep spoilers?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Did you know that Dobby is a house elf? I know that you could have mistaken him for a student, but, like, he's a house elf. Did you know that the entirety of the Weasley family are redheads?
Did you know?
By the way,
Did you know that?
I hate.
Did
Continue.
you know that? Did you know that a? Did you know that the? Did you know that a persona is the cognitive manifestation of your own rebellion, Persona 5?
Did you know that Sonic can run fast? Did you
I was about
know
to say,
that he
using
gotta go fast?
Yeah, I was about to say, using Persona as your example. Considering Persona is still kind of a niche series because RPGs. Yeah,
Did you
not
know?
everyone would know that.
Did you know that Harry Potter wears glasses?
I was gonna mention Nezzy. I hate to say this, but whenever you make that voice, the first thing that comes to my mind is Eric Cartman.
Did you know
That's
that
the idea,
you
yeah.
should never fart on a man's bows? Never fart on a man's bows. Your mom is a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Is the biggest bitch.
Alright, do you need to read the section, or do I just move on to the next one?
Oh no, go ahead. Read the fucking section.
Okay. When Voldemort slayed Severus Snape to try to become the true master of the Elder Wand, Snape used his last breaths to beg Harry Potter to look into his eyes. This didn't make any sense in the film series, but it was totally logical and emotional, right? Harry's eyes are supposed to be identical to his mother's, and Severus was in love with Lily. And locking eyes with Harry, it was like getting to spend his final moments staring at his childhood crush. Which is a little creepy when you word it that way.
Gross? First off, no. Second off, he said look into my eyes because he was fucking crying because he needed his tears for the goddamn pendant for the bowl thing. I don't remember the name of the bowl. It starts with a P. Pensive. He needed his tears for the pensive. That's why this is even worse because he said it because they're talking about the movie. He says look into my eyes in the movie. Also, yes, to get a look at Harry's eyes, but also because the fact that he's fucking crying because he needs his tears for the pensive. Also, did you seriously need to go to the last fucking book to explain that Harry's eyes are green? Did you need to go to the last book to establish something that was stated in the first book?
Stated all throughout the series, by the way.
That's literally
That
a
is
major plot point
that
of
is
the
something-
series.
Every single person who knew Lily Potter, anytime they meet Harry, that's like one of the first things that they take note of. Verbally. Every goddamn time. Rowling hammered that into our heads during reading the books and,
Also-
and seeing the movies and stuff like that.
We, like, physically saw him, too. You know we can look at him, right? He's on the cover of the books. The books that are made about him. You remember that stupid voice we were doing earlier? Did you know that Harry's eyes are green? Did you also know that if you drink poison, you'll die? Did you know that if you
Rapunzel's hair
dump
is long?
bleach all over your body, it will burn like fuck?
Did you know that if you drink, if
Oh god. Oh.
did you
Come on.
know that if you eat expired food, you get diarrhea?
Did you know that if you jump off 500 feet, you will die? What number was that, by the way?
7.
Oh my god. Did you forget this major plot point? Hey! Hey, reader! Hey, reader! Did you know? Hey, reader! Hey! Did you know that? Did you notice? Did you notice that they're wizards? Did you notice? That they can do magic and shit? Did you notice? Did you forget? I'm here to remind you. They do magic.
Did you know that the sky is blue?
Did you know that... Did you know?
See, this has the same energy as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan being told, "Hey, did you know Pot of Greed allows you to draw 2 cards?"
Did you know that in Uno, when it says draw 4, you have to draw 4?
Wait, did you know? Did you know in Pokemon you need to throw Pokeballs to catch Pokemon?
Did you know that... Did you know that?
Now you know.
I know.
Yeah, it's like, did you know? Now you know.
Now you know. Now fuck off.
G.I. Joe.
Does she have Crookshanks yet?
My
Oh,
favorite-
she does.
Favorite joke in that ballpark is, hey, did you know that 37% of people...
Is that it?
Is it? Yes.
Hey, did you
that
know?
37% of people...
Did you know that every 60 seconds that passes in Africa is a minute? No, it was. Did you know that every time 60 seconds happens in Africa, a minute passes? Did you know that... Did you know that when you go fishing, you're catching fish?
Anyway, shall I continue?
Fine.
Okay. I'll say, this one is fair, because not everyone has read The Cursed Child,
Good.
but, Harry's youngest son was a Slytherin.
Yeah. But that also kind
In
of
fairness,
loses...
not every-
That kind of also loses its way at the fact that literally in the beginning of the fucking article it says, by the way, it's unknown whether the cursed child's actually canon.
True,
Oh god.
but it's like, if we were to consider it to be canon, fine. Not everyone read Cursed Child.
I mean, it's still part of the Harry Potter books. I don't know if reading another book qualifies as, this is something that no one knew about.
Cursed Child is like, I guess it's a, I don't know if I want to call it an epilogue or a spinoff, what?
I want to call
not
it
something that everyone's
nothing.
gonna- It's not,
I want to call it nothing.
I would love to call it that too, but that would not be accurate. Point is,
I would like to call it not my problem.
but yeah, point is, it's like, I could probably give this one because, as just in general, Who the fuck is gonna read Cursed Child?
Me. At some point in time. Maybe I'll do a stream of it. Maybe I'll do a stream where I gather a bunch of... Because I got the... Even though it's a book, it's still written like a play. Maybe I'll do a thing where I gather a bunch of people in the Cloud Palace to just read the play.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Would it?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Would it?
that caught me off guard. My dude, that actually caught me off guard.
We still need to... Somebody clip that. Somebody, we still need to do the PPG script.
Yeah, I just... we all have not been on... We all have not been online at the same time, so...
We need to summon...
Scarlet and I...
At the very least, we need you, Scarlet, and me, because we're playing the main three.
Yeah.
I definitely
But, like, we haven't been on at the same time, especially lately.
Yeah, I definitely want to be a part of the dumpster fire.
Well, we'll spam Scarlet later.
Anyway.
Here you go.
Harry Potter's name is practically synonymous with Gryffindor House, and while almost all the Potters throughout history were Gryffindors during their time at Hogwarts, that tradition changed when Albus Severus got sorted.
So they just
Albus went into
repeated
the sorting ceremony.
this point.
Went into the sorting ceremony worried that he'd be named a Slytherin, and that's exactly what happened. Harry told his son that he was still proud of him, though, since Severus Snape was a Slytherin, and Snape was one of the bravest men he knew.
So they just repeated the previous point.
Basically.
It's Lupin!
Alright, so number 5. The invisibility cloak had been passed down the Potter family tree for generations.
Even if you didn't read Deathly Hallows, it literally says that the invisibility cloak was from his dad.
That's like, this is the most no shit Sherlock.
Oh god, oh shit, oh fuck, fuck. Oh, I'm surrounded! Gimme.
Ah!
No, that's not the Patronus. Patronus! That's Patronus!
When Harry inadvertently became the owner of all 3 Deathly Hallows without even really trying to assemble them, fans considered this ridiculous coincidence to be weak writing. It wasn't any big coincidence that he possessed the invisibility cloak, however, because that Hollow was in his family for generations.
No one said it was weak writing.
Hardwin... I mean, statistically speaking, someone had to have, but that's if we were looking at that.
It was just part of the story that he was related to one of the original 3 brothers. Because that was the whole point of the Deathly Hallows!
Yeah, because it does continue. It says, when Hardwin Potter married Eilunthen Peverell, granddaughter of Ignotus Peverell, eldest son in a generation without any male Peverell heirs, the Potters took ownership of the cloak and passed it down to each new generation until it ended up in Harry's hands. So it literally does all say that.
Did you know that potatoes are used to make fries? Oh, fuck me! Oh, Jesus!
This is also something I will give this article, because number 4 is Harry wasn't the first Harry Potter in his family.
But I don't give it to that, because they say that because he was named, somebody's like named Henry Potter, they just happened to call him Harry Potter, which, no, that would make him, technically speaking, the first Harry, because that wasn't legally his name.
That's also true.
Also,
So even when you get one
how
right,
did
you
they get that? So that doesn't make any sense. Also, how do you get Harry from Henry? I mean,
don't know.
I can kind of
But yeah,
see
as-
it, but that just seems like a bit of a stretch. Granted, we got
yeah, as
Dick
Nezzy
from
put it,
Richard.
The article does call. True. Yeah, as Nezzy did put it, the rest of the article continues in saying, the boy who lived may seem like he's one of a kind, but he isn't actually the first Harry Potter on his family tree. Henry Potter, who served in the Wizengamot from 1913 to 1921, went by Harry to his friends. Henry didn't achieve nearly the same level of fame as Harry Potter we all know and love, but he still played an important role in the wizarding history. He publicly condemned the Minister of Magic at the time, Archer Evermond, for forbidding the magical community from helping Muggles during the First World War.
Alright. Alright, so we got point number 3. That's genuinely something that people wouldn't have known.
So it's like, it's like even when you get one right, you get one wrong, but you also get one right. So, congratulations, Mitchell.
Congratulations for somewhat not failing.
It's mission failed
Congrats,
successfully.
You're incorrect.
That's what that is.
Congrats. You're incorrectly correct.
What was that fucking... What was that one screenshot that you took when I sent you a present on stream? It's like, success! Your download failed.
Access. No, success. Access is denied.
Yeah. Oh, I love that screenshot. I'm gonna put it in a video someday. I don't know how, but I will find a way. Just, success! Access denied. So fucking cruel. It's even worse because it was a present that I bought for you.
It was. That's what made it better. I mean, because I still got the game at the end of the day. It just. I got that error message and was like, that is really funny.
I just can't get over that. Success! Access denied. You failed! But you failed good. You failed in a good way. Oh shit, where's my phone? I gotta die! I forgot! Oh shit. So, on the Hogwarts mystery game, you have to finish classes in a designated time limit, or else you can fail the class and not get the points. And I forgot that I started Charms. Did I finish Charms?
Meanwhile, I will read number 3, because number 3 is also something that's no shit. Even if you just know the 8 movies, even if you didn't read a book, right? You'd still be able to get this information. So number 3 is the rivalry between the Potters and the Malfoys eventually disappears.
You mean to say that people grow up? Amazing.
Awesome.
It's like, yeah, they dropped. It's like, yes, they dropped their rivalry. Fucking Deathly Hallows.
Yeah. And they graduated. Hey, I mean,
Well,
you could
no,
technically say that,
like
they neither of them graduated that year.
Well, the thing is, right? My thing was like during the fight with Voldemort, right?
Hmm.
Malfoy was the one that gave Harry the wand.
Yeah. I mean,
It was
like,
Malfoy that did that.
I mean, Harry was literally saved by Malfoy's mom. On a whim.
So it's like, oh yeah, you mean to tell me something that happens in the book happens? You mean something that happens in the movie happens?
You mean to tell me that a major plot point happens?
Exactly.
I don't know necessarily know if I'd consider it a major plot point.
I consider it a major plot point because the fact that Harry would have fucking died without him. A wizard ain't shit without his wand.
Yes, it's true.
Also, it was specifically the Elder Wand. If Draco just gave Voldemort the Elder Wand, everything's fucked. That's it. That's the end of Harry Potter. He dies in the last page.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, so the article goes on to say, Harry Potter's greatest rival was, of course, Lord Voldemort, but Draco Malfoy definitely deserves to be recognized as one of Harry's most frustrating adversaries.
You
Harry
mean
and Draco buttheads throughout... You know what, I'll just give it that they're trying to be, like, a little creative with their writing. It's not true in the slightest, but whatever, you know? They're doing it for this, yeah. It's fine.
The amount of, like, this article feels like the writing version of trying to reach 10 minutes on YouTube. That's what this feels like.
Anyway. I guarantee you they probably did eventually put this on YouTube.
I mean, we could try to find it later, make a commentary on it.
Anyway, Harry and Draco butt heads throughout their time at Hogwarts, and it seems like they'd never get over their hatred for each other. It wasn't until Albus Severus attended Hogwarts that the rift between the Potter and Malfoy family started to disappear. Incorrect, but go on. In Cursed Child, Albus became best friends with Draco's son, Scorpius, and their bond forced Harry and Draco to get over their shaky history.
You mean they're like low-key gay romance?
That said, is there a name that's like simultaneously badass but also edgy, like to fucking Scorpius?
I would say,
Like
badass,
Scorpius
but also
is
edgy.
low key. Yeah, it's like Scorpius is low key a badass name.
Oh no, it's
But also
undeniably a
kinda
fucking awesome name.
But you also
Reaper?
hear it and you think, you know, like, this dude probably fucking shops at Hot Topic.
Hey, there's
Like-
nothing wrong
Only
with
when I think
shopping
of
at
the name
Hot
Reaper.
Topic. There is nothing wrong with shopping at Hot Topic, and I will not hear otherwise. You do not
My
get to
point is
judge
it's-
half of my shopping options.
It's look, my point is like you hear Scorpius and it's a bad name, but it's also a name you would attach to a Linkin Park song.
Also, Phantom Roxas asked, there are wandless spells, aren't there? Not only for the house
This is-
elves, from what I can remember. I know that there's wordless spells.
Well, no, you can do wandless magic, but I don't think it was anything that Harry learned.
That's
something
like
that you would
really
have.
advanced.
That's something that you learn.
Yeah, that stuff is more like advanced shit. But I don't remember anybody having a wandless spell though. Even for the more advanced ones.
McGonagall comes to mind.
When did she do a wandless spell?
Didn't that one spell that she do during the Battle of Hogwarts, the one that had like all the statues, wasn't that wandless?
No, that was more the fact that I think this... Are you talking about the suits of armor? Because the suits of armor in Hogwarts are kind of alive.
Well, no, there was a specific spell that allowed McGonagall to like awaken the statues, and then I remember this because like in the movies she's just like, I always wanted to do that.
Oh,
After
well,
casting the spell.
I mean, because of the fact that the paintings are alive, I wouldn't be surprised if the statues weren't also alive. That is
Well,
Pierre Totem
it was a spell that awakened
Locomotive.
him.
Pierre Totem Locomotive.
Yeah, wasn't that wandless?
I honestly don't remember, because it's been a long time
Or am
since
I
I watched the
mistaken?
movies. Because they obviously
Yeah,
changed a couple things from the movie to the book. And I don't remember any wandless spells
Well, I
in
also-
the book.
I mean, you could also just say stuff like the there. No, that might have only been a game thing.
If you're
I was about
talking
to.
about
I was about
the...
to point out.
If you're
I am
talking
mistaken. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's been a long time, but I don't think there was ever a time when a wizard did a wandless spell. Even when doing
No,
potions.
I know there were wandless spells. No. There were definitely wandless spells.
I mean, I can't think of any.
Yeah. No.
I mean-
Okay. Oh yeah, Dumbledore did it. Dumbledore did Arresto Momentum without a wand.
What spell what did that do?
It was during he did Arresto Momentum without a wand, and that was during Prisoner of Azkaban.
What did the spell do?
Don't remember. It was when Harry was falling from the Quidditch match. Okay, it slows the velocity of an object. It was taught in the second year and fifth year Charms class at Hogwarts.
Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
when
that
Harry
makes
was falling
sense.
from the Quidditch.
It makes sense
did
that a
it.
wizard would learn that to like prevent themselves from falling. Because if you're falling, maybe you don't get like a hand on your wand. So that makes sense.
The point is it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's obviously a lot more
Voldemort.
advanced.
Yeah, Voldemort actually did a couple of
Oh, that's right.
spells without a wand.
I mean, technically speaking, he did a bunch of spells, like in books 1 through 3 when he didn't have a body. I mean, how else would he have taken over Quirrell to a certain extent? I suppose.
Yeah. Known practitioners are people who perform spells intentionally without the use of a wand. Alistair Moody, Albus Dumbledore, Andros the Invincible, Carlotta Pinkstone, Delphini, Fenrir Greyback, Filius Flitwick, Gellert Grindelwald, Harry Potter. Oh, how did Harry do it?
Oh. Harry Potter. I love how they just like shoehorn that in. It's like, by the way, the main character. What I'm curious about is that was this done in the movie or was this done... Oh, that's right! Apparition doesn't need a wand.
That's true.
The teleportation spell doesn't need a wand. I forgot about that.
Apparently he also did it in Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, I totally forgot
chap-
that the whole apparition thing doesn't need a wand. That was literally a whole point when they're doing the classes.
Apparently Harry... Yeah, Harry did it in... Order of the Phoenix. Apparently he did it in Prisoner of Azkaban. And he also did it in,
We talking about the
Cursed
movies or the books, though?
Prisoner of Azkaban film. What leads me on the...
Because the films are inconsistent with how the magic can work sometimes. Where the hell
Cursed
did the
Child
snitch go?
and Order of the Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix is Order of the Phoenix from the actual book. Cursed Child, if you want fanfiction, and the Prisoner of Azkaban movie. So regardless, Harry was able to do it. So he probably could have done it without the wand.
Come here. Oh God!
Apparently Hermione also did it.
Oh, no doubt Hermione did it. It's Hermione.
Merula Snide, Minerva McGonagall, Queenie Goldstein.
Marula Snide?
Yeah.
What? Ah! Marula Snide is basically your Draco in the Hogwarts mystery game.
Oh. And I guess spoilers, question mark? No. But apparently, they has the ability.
Oh, well. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, they had a whole lesson on the fact that, you can do wordless spells, which is what Hermione does at a lot at one point, so they don't give away their position.
Yeah.
I think they were a little bit...
did some.
Yeah.
Apparently so did Lupin, did some, Tom did some, obviously.
And that's why we need to rewatch the series.
This is why we need to rewatch the series, but you said you were gonna start binging it without me. I'm just like...
I'm not gonna binge it without you. I said I was gonna binge it later today. The thing that I was worried about is whether or not anybody was still gonna be awake when I was done with class. Come here. Thank you. I don't want to shoot you, Ron. Not today.
Yeah, so, yeah. Point is, wandless magic is very much a thing. So, I guess theoretically, if Malfoy didn't give Harry the wand, he probably could still potentially...
I mean, I don't think Expelliarmus... I think that the spells where you don't need the wand are specific. Like, they're very...
Maybe.
specific spells that don't need the wand versus Expelliarmus, which is what he used, which I think he would need a wand to do.
Maybe? I don't know. Honestly, I kind of hope, low-key, that they go into that in, Legacy.
I mean, I think there might have been a scene where, like, Dumbledore was shooting fire out of his hands.
Maybe.
I have no doubt that could have very well been a fever dream.
Point is, it's possible. I mean, obviously, we'll never know, because it's not how it went down, but...
All of them shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Yeah.
Where the hell...
Anyway, back to the article. Right? Number 2. Albus Severus resented his father's legacy.
Huh?
I actually don't remember this from Cursed Child. So... if this is true, then this is something I didn't know, but that's just because I didn't remember. It says, while the idea of being related to one of the most famous wizards in the world may seem cool, Albus Severus didn't love all the pressure that came with being the son of the legendary Harry Potter. He resented his father's legacy because he seemed to be Harry's polar opposite. Albus was a Slytherin. His best friend was a Malfoy. He wasn't particularly good at magic. In an attempt to be more like his heroic father, he tried altering history to save Cedric Diggory. He wasn't successful, and his efforts spawned disastrous alternative realities.
So first off, not only is that not possible, but second off, because again, we already stated the time turner can only go back so far. And even then, you would have to relive everything. It's why Hermione was so tired using the time turner, because she got, like, no sleep. Because the way that the time turner works in terms of time travel is that you exist technically in both realities, so you're reliving the day as, like, a separate person from yourself, in a way. Until you go back and you see yourself go back in time, and then that's it. So not only would that not be possible with the time turner, but how do you have I don't. Isn't he a first year? How the hell did you get your hands on a time turner as a first year? Granted, I didn't read Cursed Child yet, so maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he.
Do you think
maybe
it
he
is
didn't use a time
explained how
turner.
he? I do recall there being a reason he had a time turner. Of course, there's still the problem of does a time turner even go back that far?
Which, considering how it works,
So.
no. Even then, what the fuck was his plan if he wanted to save Cedric during the fucking tournament? The tournament that he would have been too young to be in. And
Look, this child is fucking trash, and I can't. It's like
there's so
you're gonna
many
read
plot
it,
holes.
you're gonna understand.
Is
You're,
it-
you're gonna read it, and you're gonna understand exactly why no one likes Cursed Child.
That's the only way
Not
I could
a
think.
single soul who likes Harry Potter likes Cursed Child.
The only way I could think of how you could save Cedric is either by preventing him from touching the Triwizard Cup with the port key, because it was a port key. So the port key, not letting him in the tournament at all, and that's literally it. Which begs the question, how could you prevent Cedric from putting his name in the goblet to begin with? How far would you even have to go back to know exactly when to do it? And then, not only that, but because of the fact that the port key was in the middle of the fucking maze, how would you even know how to get there? And how would you get in? You're underaged at that point. Isn't he supposed to be like 11 in that book?
And not a single soul who's a Harry Potter fan likes Cursed Child.
Yeah, because it makes no sense. I think it had to do with stealing it from Hermione or the Ministry of Magic. I could get stealing it from Hermione, but I thought she
probably.
returned. I thought she returned the time turner after that book was done.
No, because they had a... Didn't they have a time turner after the third story?
I don't remember her ever using it again after that.
I swear they did.
Oh.
Alright, something else. Just
I don't think they ever used it
give
again.
us a fucking brief...
Cause like I could have sworn she returned it after she after that year was done, because she didn't want to do the numerous classes again, since it literally fucking almost destroyed her. And then that begs the question, how the hell did an 11-year-old get a time turner from the most protected portion of the Ministry of Magic?
Okay, yeah, no, Hermione did return it.
Yeah, I was
sworn
so,
it was a weird one.
no, she specifically states that she returns it because she doesn't want it, or she doesn't need it anymore. And technically speaking, she shouldn't even have it in the first place. The only reason why she did get it was because of special circumstances from Professor McGonagall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, like,
So she couldn't have
someone was
taken
saying
it
something.
unless J.K. Rowling forgot that detail. Either they're bullshitting that he got it and it's just a continuity error, which is a massive continuity error, or an 11-year-old
Okay.
somehow took a fucking time turner from the Ministry of Magic.
Alright. It says, in August 2020, Harry Potter, in his capacity as the head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement, retrieved a previously unknown time turner at the home of Not. Being a true time turner, it had the potential to cause catastrophic events on time, and Not was arrested for creating such a dangerous device. Although it was hidden in the office of the Minister of Magic, Hermione Granger, it was later stolen by Albus Potter and Scorpius Malfoy, who intended it to use it in order to save Cedric Diggory and return him to his father. They created a disastrous sequence of events in alternate realities, finding that they could only stay in the past for 5 minutes. They managed to they managed to correct events and set time right with the help of the ultimate Hermione, Ron, Weasley, and Severus Snape.
Oh wow, that sounds like fan fiction. Just like you literally had to build a new item in order for this story to make sense. So you broke all the rules that you already established.
Yeah, so you have a typical time turner, which has a maximum of 5 hours. And then you have true time turners. True time turners were created by Theodore Nott while he was working for Lucius Malfoy. There were 2 in total, and they were not restricted by our reversal charm, allowing one to travel back years or even decades. The prototype was kept by Nott until the Ministry found it following his arrest by Harry Potter. It was made of inexpensive metal and was not the finalized version. Although far more powerful than any time turner that had preceded it, the user could only stay in the past for 5 minutes before being sent back to the present. That's what I was thinking of. I knew that there was another time turner.
Also,
I was just thinking of the cursed child.
Also, this whole plot sounds so stupid.
Welcome to the cursed child.
It sounds so fucking stupid. Like, not even just the fact
Welcome to the cursed child.
Not even just the fact that their plan was to save Cedric Diggory from dying to prevent Lord Voldemort's return so that his dad didn't have a legacy. But without your dad's legacy, you wouldn't be fucking born.
Oh god, my head
So
hurts.
what were you expecting to happen?
It doesn't hurt because
Welcome to the cursed child. This is also, it's like, welcome to the cursed child, and this is also why time travel plots are bad.
I've seen them be done right, but in those specific time travel plots, they made it clear what was going on, and there were consequences. Like, there was one time travel plot where essentially they do go back in time from before the world ended. Like, so they save the world, and then they go back in time from before the world ended, but the person that's sending them back clearly tells them that if you go back in time, you'll remember everything, but everything else in this world will technically be erased. So it's not even like alternate dimension type shit. Everything up till that point in time that you're going back to will cease to exist.
Anyway. To end off the article on the thing, this is unfortunately still cursed child related.
Ugh.
Number 1, Quidditch talent isn't exactly in the Potter blood.
No
With
fucking shit.
Friggin'
With James Potter being a star chaser for the Gryffindor Quidditch team during his time at Hogwarts, and Harry being the youngest seeker in a century and exceptionally talented at it seems like Quidditch talent is in the Potter blood. But in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, fans learned that that's not the case. During Albus Severus's first flying lesson, he failed to demonstrate any of his father or grandfather's flying skills. His peers then named him the Slytherin Squib.
Wait, why would you... What? Oh, okay. It's just that fact seems so random. I was about to say, like, why would you call someone a squib over their ability to fly? Eat him! No.
But yeah. And that I do remember is a thing in the Cursed Child. So...
my brain.
So what did we learn today, everyone? We learned that Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is fucking garbage, and here's why.
I still find it funny that so many of the facts are about the Cursed Child when they acknowledge in the fucking beginning that a lot of people don't acknowledge it as being canon.
Yeah. No, honestly, that's I feel like gonna be a future video. It's like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is garbage. Here's why: an hour-long co-op between Nezzy Monster and Doodle Tones.
I mean, like I said, I have
Oh.
the book. I have the book. I can do a full fucking. I mean, you could probably find the script somewhere online. So if you guys want to, we can gather
That's where I
everybody
read
up.
it.
We can gather everybody up and just fucking do a massive play right here on Twitch to show everybody the horribleness of the cursed
Yeah.
child.
Like just from an
Cursed Child
outsider
is
perspective,
so
as
trash.
someone who's never really been into Harry Potter, this story sounds like utter garbage.
It sounds like actual fan fiction,
Like,
Yeah,
and I've
so-
read
Rise of
better fan
Skywalker
fiction.
garbage.
Yeah, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a first-party fanfiction. It is J.K. Rowling writing her own fanfiction.
Fun.
I read a better story shipping Severus and Sirius. And that was the entirety of the plot. I'm not
Honest?
even kidding.
I saw better from My Immortal.
Oh. Oh. I remember it too.
Oh.
I still need to finish My Immortal, but I remember
Where's
it.
My
I
Immortal that
remember the fucking fanfiction shipping Severus and Sirius, because the whole... What was it? The essential... I read this years ago, but the essential plot line was that Severus was gay, and this was... keep in mind, this was a timeline in which Lily and James didn't die. I don't remember what their story was for Voldemort. I think they made Voldemort go after Neville's family instead in that timeline, so Neville would technically be the chosen one. I don't know, because they don't really go that much farther into it. Either that or Voldemort was just flat out defeated. I don't remember. The storyline was that Severus was gay, and that he had a very good relationship with Lily, so they never really had the fallout the same way that they did in the movie. And then, he had a crush on Regulus, which is Sirius's younger brother, and then, he gets exposed, and as a joke, Sirius basically, like, says, bless you, says that he's gay, and he gets fired from Hogwarts because a bunch of teachers, or not teachers, a bunch of parents write, I don't want my kid being taught magical spells from a gay man. So he gets fired, and he makes a fortune writing books or something because of his potion skills and defense against the dark arts skills, to the point where they almost hire him back because people are like, wow, he's really famous now. And then Sirius's mom dies, and in order for him to get the fortune that is rightfully his, he has to marry Severus, because the mom said, fuck you, I'm not gonna put you on the damn, I'm not gonna put you on the, fucking will, because you were an asshole. And so she gave it to Severus, so they have to get married for a period of time in order to prove that Sirius has been part of the family, so that he can get the fortune that's his. Then they fall in love while pretending to be married.
My brain!
It's actually not a bad fanfiction. I just explained it
A
really
little
badly.
convoluted.
Well, no, I just...
But
Well, trust me, it makes a lot more sense when you read it, and it actually flows rather nicely. Like I said, it's weirdly not bad. I mean, it's not fucking like it's not the new Hobbit or whatever, but it's not bad.
But yeah.
But it's actually like kind of it's very weirdly wholesome. It's very weirdly wholesome. Also, Sirius
Yeah,
is
no,
a bicon in that fanfic.
Mhm. But yeah, no, when it comes to Cursed Child, it's like credit where it's due. When I compare it to My Immortal, it's because while there are a lot of things wrong with My Immortal, and I mean a lot.
Oh, hold on. Thank you for the bits, Rhiannon, and also thank you for the happy birthday wishes.
But yeah, while there is a lot wrong with My Immortal,
At least it's funny. At least it's funny, and it's like we know it's not canon.
Yeah.
It's funny. We know it's not canon. The author might not have known any better. Considering considering the mystery behind the writing of that. So the author might not have known any better. It's not her or his or their story. You know, like Harry Potter is not their original like IP, so like it would be what they say. So there could be stuff that, you know, maybe the author just didn't know. And also just kind of like low key. At least it's sort of believable in a lot of sense. It doesn't there's not very many questions as to the story itself. More so like there's a lot of questions regarding the writing, but the story itself, there's no questions.
Only answer. Only answer.
Only answers.
It's just like
not answers that you wanted, but only answer.
It's just like with the Cursed Child, it's essentially like I expected more from you. Especially
yeah, no,
because
Child,
I would have liked reading a story about Albus. Like I would have been fine reading a story about Harry's kids. It's like a short story about like how they're doing in school and maybe updates on what Harry, Ron, and Hermione are doing.
Yeah, with Cursed Child, it's like it's JK's story. There shouldn't really be the amount of inconsistencies that there are. There's debate on whether or not it's even canon to begin with. It leaves way too many questions over like with not nearly enough answers. It's not fun. It's just really boring to read. like. So that's why when I say that The Cursed Child is a worse fanfiction than My Immortal, I kinda mean it.
Come here.
I believe it, especially since like I had to read My Immortal for a group.
Oh!
Read
So fun.
Fucking
Immortal
burn.
is so fun.
Burn the fucking ice. Burn the ice. Thank you. Oh my god. You're taking forever.
You know, my Immortal is just so like it's so fun to read. It's why I wanted to join Nezzy and Mad Libs on it after I saw the first one. The first video about
We'll
it.
get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I need to finish editing the episode that we do have, and then we can bring you on to our horribleness.
It's so fun though. My Immortal is one of those. It's so bad it's enjoyable.
I mean, I think the thing that's even more fun is just the fact that Libby doesn't even like Harry Potter, but she has read My Immortal, and I'm a fan of Harry Potter, and I haven't. Hit me, baby, one more time. Come on, come on.
And then you have me, the perspective that has read My Immortal previously and is a fan of Harry Potter.
We got the whole trifecta. We got the Deathly Hollows right here. I've got the stone.
I've got the stone, and then that's the end of the sentence.
You get nothing else from me. It's all you need to know. I got this stone. It bring people to life, kind of. Not really. But I have the stone.
It's like I've got the rope. I've got the one. I got a rock.
No. No. I hate you. I hate it. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right. That's illegal.
You know I'm right, though.
I hate it.
You know I'm right, though.
And now I want to try it. I think one of the funniest shit that I've ever seen in like a Tumblr post about Harry Potter was was Lily introducing them as like, this is my boyfriend James and that's his boyfriend Sirius. Tell me I'm wrong! Tell me I'm wrong! Tell me that Sirius Black wasn't bisexual. God fucking... How the hell did it switch my spells? You bitch. This is why I prefer the second game, because they improved on that. Also, it's not a rock! It's a stone! Shut up!
I just like the idea. It's like I got a rope. I got a one. I got a rock.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. It's a rock. It's a rock that resurrects the dead. Fucking SpongeBob Necromancer.
God.
It's a rock. I gotta draw that now. I've got the cape. I've got the wand. I got a rock. Death fucking looked me in the eye and gave me a goddamn rock. It doesn't even work. It got cracked. It's useless. Can you imagine if, like, when Harry is doing the big finale, you know, walking to the woods, about to confront Voldemort, it's just like, and he uses the resurrection rock so that he can have all of his family behind him while he goes and basically confronts Voldemort. And when he sees Fred, he just looks him in the eye and goes, "Fucking spoilers."
I just like the idea of, like, you have the fucking three brothers. You just have, like, the three brothers just dressed up for Halloween, and then, like, fucking Cadmus is just wearing, like, a fucking sheet with a bunch of holes. It's like, I got a rock.
I got a rock.
It is a rock!
It's a motherfucking rock. We all went to go talk to Death. I got a wand. I got an invisibility cape. I got a rock. Doesn't even fucking work.
I just love that mental
Can you
image.
imagine if they're just like, well, what is the rock? Can you imagine, though, if they're like, well, what does the rock do? It's just like, it brings back the dead. Oh, that's awesome! She didn't come back. She
I just love the idea. Like, I'm just imagining it in the Charlie Brown kind of style.
She's like, who did you bring back? I brought back my wife. Well, where's she? She died. minutes. I want to draw that now. I want to draw them like all in that in the Charlie Brown style. I want to draw like Snoopy dressed up as Dobby. No, Snoopy would dress up as Death. Snoopy would dress up as Death.
God.
Come on, turn the radio on Friday night and it won't be long. Somebody also mentioned the fact that, and I don't like it. I don't know how I feel about this, right? Where somebody was like, so we're not going to acknowledge the fact that Fred and George opened up the Marauders map for 3 whole years and saw the fact that there was a man named Peter Pettigrew sleeping in their respective siblings' beds and they spoke not a word about it. And somebody just commented, it's like, I just assumed that they thought he was gay and just wanted to wait. It's like, because Lord knows how long they had the Marauders map. So presumably, they were just cool with seeing a dude named Peter Pettigrew in the bed of their siblings. Can you imagine them looking at the fucking map as like, man, this Peter Pettigrew is a slut. He is a slut.
Also, fucking... Just a side... completely unrelated, I was just scrolling down Twitter. Fucking video game donkey get my hopes up like that. He just posted a screenshot of, like, I guess a PlayStation account. Not the real PlayStation account, but a PlayStation account going, tomorrow night, X4, tell no one. Like, yeah, don't get my hopes up like that, fuck you.
Oh, man.
That is not gonna happen. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Ooh, just stopped release.
Don't you bring my hopes
Came
up.
out.
Don't you bring me a segment of joy. What's in my hand? Oh, I got a picture of my dead parents.
Look, all I'm saying is during the Squeenix conference, I'm going to be asking where the fuck is my gecko.
I mean, aren't they bringing back Sly?
No, that was for the Ratchet and Clank game.
I love cheap thrills. I don't need no money. As long as I can feel again. I'm a master of singing.
Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow I'm planning on doing the wholesome direct Ubisoft and Devolver Digital E3s.
Gex for
I'd be down
Smash.
I don't know who Gex for Smash? I'm gonna be honest, Phantom Reaper, I would not want that.
I'm surprised nobody says Ratchet and Clank
As
for
much as-
Smash. I never see that.
Probably because they're PlayStation exclusive.
But people always, people asked for, like, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro for a while.
Yeah, I
course,
think
now
the
they
main
have-
difference is also
Now they
that
have Nintendo games, but didn't
yeah,
before.
like Crash and Spyro have been multi-plat for years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like ever since Wrath of Cortex and Enter the Dragonfly.
I mean, if you want to be that they're on only one platform, fucking NES is in the game.
NES isn't.
It was really... some of the game didn't even reach America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But in
think.
any
Yeah,
case,
I'm not saying I support friggin' just like the whole notion of you have to be on a Nintendo console to be in Smash. I'm just saying why other people would want.
What? I mean, at this point, literally everything is off the table.
Like,
But in any case, that's neither here nor there. The point that I was gonna make though, when it came to like Gex, I wouldn't want that because, as much as I know, there are people who will argue, oh, but this character, and this character didn't have movesets. You could make a you can make a real argument about how those movesets came to be. Not be able to do that with Gex. Gex has one attack in all 3 games, being the tail whip. Got the karate kick in Gex 3. He's got fireflies as a ranged attack.
I mean,
And
if you can make a fucking moveset out of Minecraft, Steve, you can make a moveset out of anything.
There's more you can work with Steve. It's the thing though, right? Like there's a lot you can work off of.
Yeah, I mean, that's
with
just...
Gex, there's he's got.
I mean, I am of the belief, like I said, if you can make a moveset for Steve from Minecraft, I feel like you can make a moveset out of pretty much anybody.
So I think the better example would be Captain Falcon, given that most of the time he's just in a friggin' vehicle in his games.
Do y'all still remember when Steve broke Twitter?
Oh yeah, I remember.
I do.
Good.
I refuse to forget.
Because we were on stream when it happened. I literally came into the call going like, guys. Guys!
But yeah, yeah, no, with Gex there is like 3 movesets in all 3 games. He doesn't like there's nothing you can bring from there. You can bring anything from the world games with Pac-Man. But with Pac-Man there's still other things you can base off of, because Pac-Man has like a lot of Namco attached to him. Sure, it's not exclusively Pac-Man, but there are other Namco, like, there are other Namco properties connected to Pac-Man.
I feel like with
So there's some more you
Sora...
can work off of.
I feel like with Sora, if you have like the color options, you could have a slide deck and put Roxas there.
Yeah.
I feel like
But
that would
yeah,
be a cute addition.
So
You could
it's
have
like
the different
every
versions
moveset-
of Sora.
Every moveset minus maybe Captain Falcon, although you could probably find something in reference to Captain Falcon. I don't know
Most of
what, but you...
Actually, a lot of Captain Falcon's move references when it comes to movesets actually came after Smash. Like, say, the Falcon Punch being in like, the Falcon Punch was actually in the F-Zero anime.
I mean, the only moveset that I think is particularly confusing is just the one for Rob. Maybe it's because it's like a pretty
Well, Rob had a lot of...
basic one.
The thing with Rob is, with everything with Rob's moveset, they call back to a lot of the add-ons that went with Rob. Or a lot of the add-ons that you could put on Rob. So, with that, Rob's a toy. So, you were able to call back to a lot of the things that you could buy for him.
Getting up to the bit with
going
Filch.
back to Gex. Yeah, going back to Gex, you have none of that. You have literally nothing that you could connect to anything else.
How many
Like, maybe
games did
Gex's
Gex
moveset could be
have?
filled with movie references?
So Gex had 3. Gex had 3 games. Technically 6? No. Technically.
Run!
Gex 1, Gex 2 N64, Gex 2 PS1, Gex 2 GBA, Gex 3 GBA, and Gex 3 N64. So technically 7 games? Effectively 3.
Wait, GBA? What years did the games come out?
1990, so Gex 3 was 2000, Gex 2 was 1999. And I think Gex 1? No, wait, no. Gex 2 was 1997, wasn't it? Hold on.
People really be making GBA ports
No, 98.
of the
Gex,
Gex games.
Gex 2 was 98. Gex 1 was, uh, Gex 1 was 1994. So 94, 98, and 2000, which honestly is only 1 year off for being like the time frames between my brothers and I. So that's useful to know. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, there are like version differences between the three. Obviously, the Game Boy ones are drastically different from the other ones. But the N64 station versions of Gex 2 and 3 had different levels separated between the two of them. Again, that doesn't really change the moveset at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it was it was the tail whip, the karate kick, and fire bug towards the end of it all.
Oh, God. My back. Alright. I think that's enough Harry Porper. That's enough Harry Porper and Prosner of Azkabania. Ooh, that was my knuckles. And it won't be long. I love cheap thrills.
Lovely.
But yeah. That said, I would absolutely love a fourth game of Gex or like a remaster of the Gex series. That'd be cool.
I hope you enjoyed.
If we did get a remaster of the series, though, if we did get a remaster of the Gex series, I would love Gex 1 to actually have a fucking save system.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Susie and I ranting about the cursed child.
That's fine.
Garbage!
And also having a fit over a list saying, one of the things you forgot about Harry Potter, did you know that Harry's eyes are green?
Did you say brain?
Yes.
Did you just say brain?
Yes.
Good.
Aw.
Breen!
Brain!
Anyway, bye everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and also thank you for the bits. Rayoden, see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.